Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to X11, and welcome to the X-Craft's Embaer 145 in American Eagle colours. Today, taking flight from Charlotte to Lexington. This is the second leg of 4 legs today, so I'm doing 4 flights. This is number 2, and yes, making my way down to Lexington, Kentucky. Of course, this is premieres. This is a real world flight. I'm a passenger aboard today, so you can track me via a link in the description or via a link in the chat. As soon as we come back to Flight Radar, I can stick a pinned comment for that. But yeah, overall, very excited for this trip to come. Flying the Embraer 145, the aircraft I've been on before with Logan Air in the UK. Flying American Eagle, operated by Palit, who are one of the kind of subservient carriers for American airlines that serve regional destinations in the country. And yeah, I say, it should be quite a good flight overall. In terms of, I guess, a quick bit of insight as well. So, as you guys know, I do premieres for real world flights I do in the real world. This video right now is the last video I got to do before everything's now done, completed, and ready for upload. So, I'm in a good mood. I want to get over and done with, and hopefully it should be a pretty good flight. So, Embraer 145, American Eagle, operated by Palit, from Charlotte, Douglas to Lexington Blue Grass. Right, let's jump in the cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for departure today. Set batteries to auto. The Embraer 145, relatively simple in terms of setup. If the white light is on, it means that the switch is off. If I then click on the switch, the light goes off, that means the system then turns on. So, now the aviator start up, let the aircraft go through its self-test and start-up procedure. While it does that, so that's the FMS and let's program our route. So, enter the index, start departure today, which is going to be out of Charlotte, Douglas, Kilo, Charlie Lima Tango. So another departure instead as well. So the departure is going to be runway 18 left on the Jojo 4 departure today. This will be a route to Cuban. Select that. Right, so we're going to head over to the routing next, which is very simple. Only one waypoint, which of course is Cuban. So we're going to put that now. QUBIM. And that'll be an altitude of 30,000 feet, which I'll cruise today, flight's level 300. Save that, head to route, and then go to our arrival, which today is into Lexington. Okay, Lex. It's no start today, I think it's straight in approach, charts and flight plan for that. Yes, it's runway 22 into Lexington, direct straight in approach. So it's runway 22 selected. Return and execute. So flight plan is not executed, so we go to the progress and flight plan page. All the waypoints should now appear for our plan today. If I also go to the random MCU, this is the default explain FMS. Head over to legs and just leave that as it is. Alright, that's the FMS plugged in. Let's board our passengers and let's start with our flight today. So, flying from Charlotte to Lexington, American 5914, 30,000 cruise. Flight time today is 50 minutes. With departure in approximately 28 minutes. So it's right now 12:33 Zulu, departure's at 13:02 Zulu, 9:02 local time. Right, next page. Embraer 145, 48 passengers, no Wi-Fi entertainment. Got off the 2x1 layout of this aircraft. Of course, I've got to see on the left hand side, means I'd have to sit anyone for the entire flight. Absolutely bliss. No body music, we have got a safety briefing from American Airlines. Probably not appropriate for Eagle, but it will do the same job. Yes to snacks, no to meal service, customer not required, airflight number does not continue with that. Let's start the boarding process. For some reason, SAM crashes when I open it on the Embraer 145, so I'm going to just use the default explain payload for the aircraft. That's already done. So in fact, I'm now pretty much most of the way there with our configuration. Let's listen to the ATIS for Charlotte at the moment. To catch up.
Winds 130 at 6 knots, visibility 4 miles, temperature 23 degrees Celsius, dew 0.22 degrees Celsius, altimeter 30.13, rain, mist, scattered clouds at 700 feet, broken layer at 1,900 feet, overcast layer at 7,500 feet. Winds
Cool, so that's our weather information for Lexington, for Charlotte, sorry. A little bit of rain in the area, but for the most part, not looking too bad, so that's not the initial departure. Let's greet the passengers, and let's get ourselves going from there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. American Airlines Flight 5914, American Eagle operated by Piedmont from Charlotte Douglas to Lexington Blue Grass. Flight today, only 50 minutes, so nice and short hop for us as we take you to our station today into Kentucky. In terms of our departure today, a little bit of rain out of Charlotte, so that should clear up quite nicely as we make our way over to Lexington, with the latest weather forecast showing a temperature of around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Some clouds in the area, but no rain currently being reported. Thank you for using American Eagle, and we hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy your flights. Thank you very much. Right, so now PACX to press that, or just general, that will do. In terms of my seat today, I'll be on seat 15A. So this is going to be what I'm going to get, just kind of in front of the engine, behind the wing. Should be quite a good little view for the flights today. Right, as that goes into cabin, let's continue with our aircraft setup. So we're going to set an altitude of 30,000 feet for our cruise. Notice today, all going to be in Unicom, should be pretty good for us. So 30,000 set. Set the speed to 250 knots with speed active. Well, that will do for us is I'll be aircraft 250 knots during our time out today. 250 sets, altitude 30,000 sets, flight directors on, your damper on, navigation on with the source set to the FMS.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I would love to
overhead panel, make sure that our lights are correct, so nav lights on, beacon not required, bench lights armed, dome lights don't require those, logos don't required, fast seatbelts and snow smoking signs on. AP bleed, we can turn that off for now, as that requires to be off for the engine startup. Don't quite know how that works. AP bleed you presume needs to be on for the engine start, but on this occasion the answer is it's not. Which will work the engine startup, as with everything else on the overhead. Right, that's our routing sets, that's all good to go. I return back to the flight plan, turn it to performance. 9 degrees of flat departure is fine. Payload weights 5.1. Okay, 5100. And total full on board today is 2519. Passengers of 48. And that's fine. So, trim required is 7 up. They trim that. Our flight time will be roughly 50 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all the lights are in pounds. Okay, 5100 KT in LBS. It should be 11244. And total fuel on board today, let's convert that across as well, which is 2519. 2519. 5554. So actually that was correct before. Right, trim needs to be set 7, that's fine. Pounds fine. V1126, rotate 127, V2137. That's our departure, which is good. Right, so that's our aircraft fully configured now. Passenger finished boarding. We're in a pre-flight stage, and therefore should be ready for a start in the next couple of moments. We shall start the APU. Onto the APU startup on the sensor display here. As soon as the AP stabilizes, around 95% should go green. We can, well, AP temperature is on, which is fine. GPU can then turn off, distance from that. And we're now independent of the ground, so go to ground services as soon as we are ready. Perfect. So it should be a very good flight today. Nice early morning here in the US, in the UK. So, well, it's about 1 PM in the UK now, so for those of you at home watching, day flight for you. Cool, so as far as facility, I'm now ready for engine startup. We'll set a message out onto Unicom, just like ground or the aircraft running out, we are ready to get going. Fuels come on, system fuel's fine, hydraulics will come to automatic. And yeah, let's start this thing, shall we? So, we'll get the better pushback to our push. Usually can be straight out, now push over to the taxiway.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Just figure out where runway 18 left is at Charlotte. Oh, that's very simple. So yeah, the pushback, and then push the runway right behind us. So that's where we are. Push back, head down Charlie, hold Charlie, and then straight out departure. Perfect. Right. Beacon lights on. Let that ground get ready for the engine startup. Clear the ground of everything they need, which is already done automatically, thank you very much. And yeah, let's get going, shall we? So let's push back. Start the pushback.
Round to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Let's park brake this thing. Speed brakes. Emergency park. Is that a park brake there? Really? Oh yeah, emergency and park brake. Perfect. Can turn the comms today. 122.8 will do. Right, here comes the tug as it phases through the building. Oh, look at that! That's not a pushback tug. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh, look how he has to crawl down to connect the airplane to the winch. That's adorable. Right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So we're going to his instructions, have him get the airplane up for us.
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Right, parking brake's released. Now lifting the airplane up. There's a very slight drizzle starting now. The rain has started here at Charlotte.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
That's fine, thank you very much. Right, so let's do, shall we?
Once again, welcome aboard X-Craft. We are creating the most flyer-friendly aircraft, and it's our sincere hope that you have a pleasant experience with
Right,
us today.
engine 2.
At this time, I would like
Start.
to review some of the safety features of this Embraer 145. Please refer to the safety information
Ladies and
card
gentlemen,
located in
please
the
direct
seat
your
pocket in
attention
front
to
of
the
you.
screen for an
You can
important
follow
safety
along as I
Hopefully.
point out the airplane
Actually got engine started, perfect.
Hello everyone.
There are four
Thank you for
clearly
your
marked
attention.
exits.
It's
The
time
main
to get you
cabin
ready
door
for
through which
takeoff.
you entered, and exit.
We know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing
Keeping in
American.
mind
We're
that the
happy to be
closest
your
usable
airline.
exit may be located
Now
behind you.
you'll
So if
just
engine
follow
stabilised,
along.
once
We'll
that's
be on our
done,
way.
we're going to go through engine number
This
1.
aircraft with floor path lighting located along both sides of the aisle, which will guide
What's
you
wrong
to
with
the
the
exit indicated
oh
on the
god,
right.
every single ground surface is just merged into one there.
When the ascent of the
Welcome
water
aboard.
landing with
Before we
heat
depart,
system may
Alright,
be
engine 2 stable,
instructions.
engine 1 starts.
pull it up and away from the seat frame, and put your arms through the straps on the underside.
First things first, let's buckle those belts. Insert the metal end into the buckle.
So hot touch for about 10 seconds, and that should get the system going.
Simply lift on the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelt should be fastened whenever you're seated, just in
Oh,
case
engine
of
starting.
unexpected turbulence.
Tampering
To get us on our way,
or destroying a lavatory smoke detector is prohibited. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the belt.
Push it all the way under the seat in front of you. If it won't fit, place it in the overhead bin.
Again, a little bit of sense text line there, but not the end of the world.
Handheld device.
Right, only mission we've got is the engine no data. All we've got to do is head down here, load the throttles. We've got 4 switches for thrust rating, and right now we're going to set up the takeoff, and that's what we're doing.
Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs.
I've got redrive threat for some reason.
Operation.
I'm gonna grab a glass of water in a second.
Parking brake.
Please pay close attention.
Parking brake
and before
set.
you know it, we'll be off.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Even though oxygen is flowing, the
All
plastic
exits on this
bag may
airplane
not
are
appear to
clearly
be
marked.
inflated.
Take a moment
If
to
you're
locate
sitting
the
with
nearest
someone
one.
needing assistance,
Keep in
put
mind,
your
it may
mask
be
on
behind
first,
you.
then offer assistance. In preparation for takeoff, please check to make sure your
Oh yeah, forget, with that on, it doesn't work, so I'm going to have to quickly just get this better pick up from here.
all carry on items
Again, I'd love to see a fix for better pushback. Unfortunately,
on large
it
board
really is a horror broken mess at the moment.
Some slides may also be used as a raft, except those over the wings.
Alright, I don't know if I get into the control page, if I can actually. If I go over to
This aircraft is designed with a skid landing on or near the
that's
floor.
fine.
A sign will indicate you have reached your exit.
Okay, so the hydraulics page, cool. So
In the event of an
everything
evacuation,
looks pretty good.
safe path lighting will
I don't quite know how to set up
follow
the
until you've reached your exit. Leave all carry-on
I don't call it the hydraulics page, but as long as all the controls are released, everything feels good. We are pretty much good to go. Flaps down to 9 degrees. Again, 126, V1 127 rotate, and V2 137. We'll set the taxi lights.
And slip the band over your head to secure the mask to your face. The band adjusts automatically.
Parking brakes released.
Normal breathing will start the flow of oxygen.
And select way now
Remember,
over to
always
the
put
runway.
your own mask on first before helping others. Life vests are located either under or next to your seat. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle, bring the seal. For help locating your mask, see your safety card. Remove the vest from the package like this.
Yeah, so American Eagle, operated by Piedmonts.
Over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist.
Probably one of the better airlines. At least one of the better airlines I'm hoping to fly with during this trip in the US today.
Inflate your vest or blow
I mean,
into the red tube
Piedmont are well established, they've been around for years.
in the water, a light on your
Well known for the American domestic hops, the more regional airports.
outside the airplane.
But to be fair, this evening when I go back to New York,
As a flotation device.
that's going to be done with Delta Airlines instead. So Delta Airlines, of course, also a top tier airline.
Opposite side.
We just see kind of how they compare with
Now
one
be
another.
coming around to do a final cabin check.
So the Embaer 145, very sensitive on the steering there. Don't go too much around that.
Don't hesitate to ask. As always, we're here to make your flight great. Because great is what we're going for.
Taxi to the left there. No, apparently not. So well, make onto the stripes. Taxi down Charlie, and make way over to the runway. Why do you have any meow in the background? That's my cat. Wants my attention for some reason. Yeah, very sensitive nose steering here. It's either 4 left, 4 right, or centre. No in between. Right. Camera to Parsha for the cabin crew.
Ready for departure.
Hardshot Charlie, announce new contact we are departing, do a quick visual check of the runway, and if I'm happy with it all looks, then make our way to the skies. Right, hardshot the runway. Check to the left. Nothing inbound. Check to the right. Runway is clear. Check on the webby as well, nothing's on the inbound path, which they're not. Right. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. Right, it's all set. Rain has started now, but shouldn't cause any problems today. Turn to the runway, and let's get out of it. Very quick setup in the Embraer. That took us what? 15 minutes, if that's. Nothing's on the runway. Now find ourselves ready to depart. Let's be very gentle with the controls there. Don't want to overshoot the sense line here. Crosswalks 40. Engines 1-2 stable. Speed live. 60 knots. 80 knots. V1, rotates. V2. Positive rates, gear up. Next up, Lexington, Kentucky. Zoom in a little bit on the AMD there. Some idea if the recently had succeed that the magenta horizontal is a little bit lower than my current rate of climb. Essentially, I need to level the aircraft and to 250 knots. Into about 2 soon. And now, to our climb out, get ourselves off for the well, get ourselves towards the skies here at Lexington. Weather, slightly on my side. Weather has slightly changed a bit since our scheduled flight and all that, but shouldn't cause us too many problems to the way in today. Slide around and turn. Flaps up. We are in Embaer 145, probably a little bit more nimble with that right hand bank, but we'll recover that. Flight directs just to press that half there. So, intensity index, progress, flight plan. So we'll head towards weights. So, once we've kind of level with that, authorities are direct, and autopilot, so we can now activate. We put the aircraft now, put more of a focus onto the speed, 250 knots, make left hand bank, and get ourselves back onto the course. And we'll just set that again just to push the direct summons. The MCD on the Embraer aircraft's relatively straightforward, very procedural. I won't say I'm the biggest fan of it, but let's make an understanding how it all works. So, about 250 knots, let's pitch up. Further climb out as required. As you pass through 10,000, what I can then do is switch over to. We're going to put all 85, that's fine. 10,000 feet, 9 lights off. Crash lights off. This will all come on the ground as well. Same for you. Head down to you and set you to the climb plus rating. So reduce the throttle a little bit in terms of output power. So it's just kind of preset throttle outputs. Keep the aircraft running at the rate of flights. Increase the speeds. We'll push that now, set over to Mach. Flight Mach decimal 55. And let's get the climb out. So the aircraft level off for a short bit. And continue climb. as soon as you reach the maximum 55, just in case it's 200 knots airspeed. AMD. Yeah, the routing itself is pretty straightforward. For the most part, it's straight line flights towards Lexington today. Most of the flights I'm going to say about an hour. Right, hide at small 55, climb that, continue. We'll hit about 50,000 feet, so then switch over, turn off seatbelt signs, and let passengers around the cabin. And then everything's back. It's not good for airplanes to fly the Embaer 145. I find it a lot easier than the 195, I must admit. Everything's a lot more straightforward than just sitting in front of you. But I will say, I've already seen one Embaer 195 flight, that was the blue one did a couple of days ago. There's one more to come, the British Airways London City Airports. That one is it's quite something, I must say. But overall, it's just been a fun series to record. As I said, there's still a few more to go, but from my point of view, this is it. This is the last one. Everything has now been recorded. Alright, see what signs off. Passengers are now free to roam around the cabin.
However, we ask that you use traffic when unexpected
Yeah, the Embaer 145. It is a joyous plane to fly. I do like this one a lot. And I should probably feature it more often because it's just it's an easy one to get going. Everything's in front of you. Great to set up. Navigraph's usually really good when it comes to their X-Plane add-ons. Hopefully, just a good spot to X-Plane 12 as well. I haven't got X-Plane 12 just yet. Something I will probably pick up at some point in the next couple of weeks. But until then, this should start to do the job. Now approaching 20,000 feet, so up to hundreds. I just passed 18,000. We'll now switch over to standard altimeter, over to 992. Not for standard, there you go, 2992 sets. Which one's X-Plane slow? There you go. Planes fly by shift 2. Yeah, I do like a good flyby cam. But all I'll say is wait. Wait for the return flights to New York, as those are something special. So I'll bring back X-Plane again, not F-Plane, sorry, I'll bring out FSX again, for 2 times only. One flight's pretty standard, kind of what you expect. The second one, it's a trip down memory lane. Boeing 717, Boeing 757 return journey, both Delta Airlines. Very excited for those, especially in 757. We're on someone. Hello there. You're on camera. Hello, the cat. Hello there, Charlie. How are you? Cat in the cockpit. Come on, jump off again. Jump. Jump. No, I don't want to. There's a bring out FSX for 2 videos. Boeing 717, Boeing 757. Boeing 757 in particular. As I say, it's a trip down memory lane for me. It's a throwback to kind of what flights used to be like when I was a kid. And yeah, it's a video that I was quite excited to put together, and overall the outcome, a little bit messy on occasion, but really, really happy with it. Yes, bring back the Just Like Freemium. I've been able to stream that in a good 10 years now. Otherwise, in my point of view, flight pressure is pretty good. Slowly reaching our cruising altitude, so the 30,000 feet. Top of descent, this is a flight direct straight approach, nothing that I can really use to reference it by. Yeah, so somewhere between Cube and the airport itself in Lexington. I'll just set it all up. Runway 22 approach. Find a plan mode, so that'd be really good. There you go. Is that plan mode? Plan mode, perfect, right. How does the Lexington approach look? Does it give me a reference point to kind of fly in, or just go straight into the runway? I think, yeah, perfect. So we have got a B approach in place, and that gets into localized to runway 22. Perfect. That's my life easier, I think. I hope so, at least. 104, 122. Might have to vector all the runway it's given us. Because presumably from runway 22, that's going to fly over the city itself. So north of Lexington, left hand turn bank, and in. Okay, if I need to vector, I can also vector into the runway. That's fine. Which is the north of the town. Let's go through the cabin. Let's use all our flight today. So 15 hour mat, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. Okay, my seat's empty again. Now row 13 on the American aircrafts. Number 13, an unlucky number, so my seat's empty. There is, however, then Ian Garcia is currently in my seat. Sorry, my throat is really going very well, so wait a second. Quickly through the cabin, and as you recognise, not today. Not too comfortable taking seat 48, so not the biggest range to slip through. That's fine, right. Like I said, my throat's really gone now, so I'm going to quickly grab myself a glass of water. I'll be back in over in 10 seconds. Hello again. So sorry about that, my throat was just completely gone there, really dry. Right, now reaching actually flight level 300, 30,000 feet. I'll start to level off. That's going to increase depending on what the thrust outputs can do. So, set the thrust racing to cruise. That will derate the throttles a little bit. Speed will start to increase. The aircraft and see doing everything it can to keep itself steady at the moment. Obviously a little bit of high altitude turbulence affects the aircraft there. Test arrival time 13:36 Zulu. That's approximately 30:37, 30:36, approximately 30 to 31 minutes till landing. Starting to rate maybe about 1,600. Yeah, we're going 1,600 feet per minute for the descent rate today. Just keep notes on Volanta for our flight track today. Right. Going to give this next service, thank you very much. At this point, we'll get ourselves configured for runway 22 at Lexington, so let's grab the charts for that.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look back to our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks
See 1 star
are
to
available
Lexington,
for
it's the
card.
deck 5,
Note that we only accept
and that's
credit
yeah, not particularly what we need at the moment. Right, runway 22, ILS for that. Frequency is 111.75, course of 226. So we can set a course. Actually see the course, if I can. So that if it's a nav I could. Okay, set nav then, so course of 226. That's fine, that's FMS. Active. And frequency down here 1175, so I'll set you to hang on. No, how to say it? I don't want to come 2, so I want to come 1. Hard things now to come 2, nav 2. Okay, plan B. Is there a radio page on this? Previous. Yes, there is a radio. Perfect. Alright, so navigation 111.75. We go there. 115. Right, there you go. Accepted and switch. Perfect. Have to do the same. 111.75. Switch. Of course, comms are in uniform right now, which is fine. Let's set 122.8. This will set on the that also resets the composites. 2. Okay, no idea to be honest with you. Alright, back we go. Yeah, that's pretty standard, okay. Go outside, goes to the FMS. I go to nav. Also to 226. Cool. Mess. Also, switch over to nav mode, at least it disables the navigation there. And at the very least, just allows the aircraft to do its current heading without having any inputs from the navigation system to affect that. Very neat, very neat. Then for 90 minutes, Chrono's aircraft will automatically take off and finishes automatic landing, which is a very nice feature of Embaer aircraft. Doing great to be up 404 knots, actually 30,000 feet. Speed quite steady at maximal 6.7. It's not exactly the fastest cruise we're going to have in our life, but does allow us to fly a pretty steady trip at our destinations today. As for progress, we are now about 40% of the way there, just on the halfway. Next waypoint is Tyler, from Tyler to Cuban, Cuban. Continue on the path down. We'll hit about Richmond. Make a round turn, head to the north. And essentially, we need to get ourselves into a path for this runway here on the north. So we'll go around Lexington via Richmond. I kind of disagree. Well, I'm trying to set runway 22 on this, and if I plug in again, the approach to Lexington, arrival runway 22. So we'll go to progress. Let's work out. Is that heading from the north or heading from the south? That for me looks like it's heading from the south. And that would be the wrong runway. Yeah, so we'll south vector ourselves in. Only 80 miles of range, sorry, 106 miles of range in this aircraft for the AMD. Shows any original aircraft, gives you very little way of kind of how far I can look ahead of this aircraft. As for clouds, of course you can again enhance skyscapes for that. Not too bad in fact, I'm going to prefer the second star please. Yeah. So in terms of the weather, let's say, there's no rain currently being reported. It's a bit cloudy at the moment, but not nearly as bad as it was over in Charlotte today. Very shortly going to cross the border into Kentucky. Lexington, a relatively central town in the States. I'm a little bit tired at the moment. The time I'm recording this right now is 3:30 in the morning UK time. I have left it late, but it is worth it. So if I get the video done, that's me done for the entire US trip. Yeah, Lexington's relatively central, sitting in the state of Kentucky. Louisville being the main city. Convoy approach, flights and setup. Should be a relatively simple trip now towards the lifestyle flights here. Time approaching, that's fine. That's all fine. So expect to land at Lexington, 22 Zulu, it's the FMS. About 50 fuel on board left. This is to go about 125 miles. Again, not exactly fast cruise, 426 knots ground speed, which is maximum 5.5. Throttle's only about 85% out at the moment, it's not particularly fast, well not particularly high either, so you really need for such a short little trip. Right, I'm back in about 30 seconds, trying to figure out where the cat went, 2 seconds. Cool, I've just got back and I've this on screen. Ideal 3 degree versus 1 to down 300. So, aircraft descend. And that we shall do. So I'm going to set the. So set the altitudes to. Yeah, I'll set it down to a bit low for now. Vertical speed starts our descent at a rate of. That's 2,300 feet per minute. Seems a bit high, I must admit, but that's it. It's way too high. 1,600 initially. Cut back the throttle. And set the altitude to the inset required at Lexington, which is going to be 3,200. Lexington, we're landing in approximately 30 minutes. Quick update for the weather as well. Still cloudy, temperature at 73 degrees Fahrenheit, with no rain currently being reported on arrival. Once again, thank you for using American Eagle operated by Palit. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your flight balls today. Please facilities, please do so now, as we will soon prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you very much. So now PACX to process that message. As soon as it's finished, we can then focus on our arrival into Lex. So yeah, get ourselves ready to go to the airport. When we hit that Richmond, make a right turn, head to the north, and then get ourselves a nice steady approach for the rest of the arrivals tonight. My phone's completely gone right now, no idea why. You see the wing flex there as well. Definitely some high altitude turbulence we're dealing with at the moment. Fortunately, this aircraft did a pretty fine job at managing that. How does that actually flutter? Not particularly between the aircraft, it probably flutter. We'll keep quite slow on that for the remainder flights. Reaching flight level 250 to 10,000 feet. Flight progress looks like pretty good. We are now 75% of the way there, 3/4. Just 3/4 to go. So it's already a little bit now to 1,800 feet per minute. Actually, a little bit now, I've got 2 layers of cloud, but it doesn't mean low levels are a little more visible. Our position. Right there, pretty much a nice little thumbnail for the video. Again, the benefit of the premieres is that it's actually from the flight themselves, and therefore any thumbnails will take are from the flight themselves. Like random images from any uptime of the flights. So that's a lot easier. Yep, that's fine, no issue with that. Approaching 22,000, but 220. Zooming on the MD a little bit. Yeah, so that's taking to the south. That's going to be a runway 04 approach Lexington. I don't particularly want that. Yeah, focus the runway 22. Holding about 20 knots. Speed-wise, we're pretty good. And yeah, right. Just need to do one more time. Get back to focus on the landing. Coolio, left hand this aeroplane. So in terms of our current position, we are now overhead of Richmond. The right hand turn heading 360. And set, navigation mode set. Gather local altimeter for Lexington, so it's now past 18,000. Local altimeter is 3009. So this one's now back on. It's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the
Kill the throttle now, since we need to really slow down. It's approaching 1,000 feet. So we'll idle it for a little bit, and then we'll get back onto the throttle control. Very quiet airplane when the well, from the cockpit, because we're sitting so far away from the engine. Sound which comes from much from the back of the airplane, you hear it lots. From the front, sort of a whisper. To be fair, well, I like sitting towards the rear of your engine aircraft, because of course, you hear more sound. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to land, 10 minutes. So I'll go to the cabin, and then I'll just give us our final message. Perfect. Landing lights come on. Now approaching 10,000 feet.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
And the other thing I need to figure out is where the correct heading goes to ensure that left-hand turn. So runway heading. In fact, let me draw it onto a map. I haven't done that in a little while. So that there is kind of runway heading. So our routing, whoops. So kind of about there-ish. Position. That left-hand bank. I love Volanta. Again, if I can actually draw maps, that's really, really handy. I know exactly where I'm going. So, at the moment, we're not yet established or not yet connected to the localizer. Just going to do a little cross there. As soon as you get ourselves close enough to the airport, that's going to connect. We shall then be able to put ourselves into land. Increase throttle now. Get us back onto 250 knots. We'll run much faster inputs. 40% at the moment. As far as we're at, we should be well connected to the airport by this point. This frequency is different in sync to I was expecting. That's good. That's good. It might have felt easier. No, so worst case scenario, we can do this by hand. So back ourselves into a position close to the runway, then switch over to a VFR approach. Nice and easy getting the Embaer 145. So actually figure out when and where I need to do that. It's required. Check our approach speeds, so empty index performance. Next one, next no. Hang on, cruising. Boost climb reserves. That's thrust rating, don't want that. How do I get to the next page? Path 2, there you go, path 3, right approach. Right, so that's our landing pretty anyway, that's fine. The approach corrected. So, flaps 22, making 133 knots. That's specified for the approach. 5 system 138 knots. I'll look at that, yeah, fine, ignore that. Cool, so 183 knots landing speed for the approach. The reference +5, 138 shall do. Approaching 4,000. We'll calibrate the percent a little bit. Left hand's turn now. Rounds 266. 226. What I probably actually do is also this. If I go back to, yeah, that's not going to get anytime soon, unless I did something wrong, that's not likely to work. So progress, flight plan, Lexington approach. Don't tell a lie. Oh, it's found it. Okay. Perfect. Heading in 180, which will 90 do fine for us. That's 9. Approach mode. Arms. At this point. Perfect. Should have established. Lexington. Airport's in sight. So hold the altitude of 3,200. Just get to the blow slope, and then just slowly reduce throttle and increase flaps as the approach gets nearer. Perfect. Again, this aircraft, joy to fly. Compared to the Embraer 190, I mean, even now I'm trying to figure out how to get myself back onto the nav mode so I can actually then get myself onto the localizer. This is just smooth sailing. Absolutely adore the 145. Absolutely adore it. Seven miles to go. Vertical, that's now lowering. Gear down. That's 15. That's 22. Cabin crew, 6 for them, please. Bring it push back a little bit. Reducing the approach speed. We're at it. Do our plan checks. So gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, spoilers manually, safe braking, cabin secure, land clearance is presumed. Ground checks are complete. Make myself comfortable. Auto throttle.
1,000.
No throttle quite yet. Perfect. My aeroplane. Red 2 on the glide slope, nice and steady approach.
500. 500.
Continue.
100. 50. 10.
That's all. Reverse is armed. Six notch versus cuts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lexington.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kentucky. The local time is 9:40 a.m. and it's currently about 71 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile
Slows
device.
down.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a
Flaps up.
stop and the default sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin.
And then lights
Items
off, tax
may have
lights
been mounted
set.
during your flight. We thank you for flying with us.
We also can make right to run away. There you go, not bad that. Not bad at all. Total flight time 50 minutes exactly.
On behalf of us, the entire Dallas Fort Worth based flight crew, thank you for flying with us today. We hope you saw that you love to fly in the show, and you enjoy your stay here or wherever your final destination is.
So it takes back now towards the terminal. And from there, well, in my case, next up for me is heading towards the centre of Lexington itself. Like I say, very excited for this trip. One I've been playing for a little while now. It's good to finally be on my way out here. Make sure the strobes are off now, so strobes coming off. And don't forget, we have also got a replayed landing, so you can watch it from the passenger perspective. Go for a sit around to the very end of the stream. Hopefully parking won't be too difficult in this aeroplane. So the biggest thing with it right now is the fact that its nose wheel steering is oh so sensitive. Too sensitive for my liking, you think? And that's for like a XCR. Very accurate little map. Too far off it in the end. Rate of 123 feet per minute, 1.24 Gs, so a little bit of a GeForce push, nothing too excessive. We'll see down Alpha, make a right onto Tango 2, Tango 2, into a standard choice. Delta, Delta 145. That's a Delta 7. Is that 717? Hang on, I'll post that when we get to the gates. Part next to it. Is that a CRJ, Pat? Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, that's a CRJ. Winglets. Also, slightly nose down attitude on the ground. Interesting. Didn't really see CRJ here. Lots of connections. Let's see. Tonight, flying a proper Delta Airlines flight, not a subsidiary or anything. Delta Airlines flights on board the Airbus, on the Boeing 717. Parking brakes set. APU bleeds on. Whoops. Engines. Stop and stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lexington. Local time right now is approximately 44 minutes past 10, with temperature outside at 73 Fahrenheit. We thank you for using American Eagle, operator Palit, hope you enjoyed flights on board today, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, this on credits please. Thank you very much for flying with us today. Cabin. Yeah, so yeah, that's a Delta Connections CIJ there. No, not a bad flight overall. Not a bad flight. Get rid of the beacon lights. They'll stay on. Taxi lights come off as well. And passengers can slowly start this embarkation until you get seatbelt signs turned off. Yeah, happy with that. Overall, really good flights. Everything worked out quite nicely for us in the end. The door opened it. Yeah, door opened. Should be a jet bridge there, but I'd say also gets me a bit funny today. Actually, parking wise, it was a push bang on the spots. Yeah, just maybe just an inch beyond it. Not too bad. Go on then. Let's have a look at the end of the flight report. Let's see what the passengers for our flight today. So shift F9, and new end flights, American 5914, Embaer 145 from Charlotte to Lexington, 48-minute flight time, Palit departure 226 hours time of recording, 48 passengers, 90 session, landing rate 121, and 101. Yeah, overall, very happy passengers, no complaints today. Right, end of flight on Volanta, we shall disconnect from IVAO. And let us rewind this in and bring us back to short final. So have a look from the left hand side, which is the seat I'm sitting on. So yeah, overall nice with the pressure. There's a little bit of a wind. Wind's reporting 5 knot crosswind. Nothing I can really. Oh, there goes the power lines there, must have. No, overall pretty good approach to that. Just got the city itself in the background. Throttles idled. It's a very gentle kiss down to the ground. Yeah, minus 121. Smooth as you can get. Smooth as you can get. Let's do a view from the. Let's do a tower view next. Tower view is that one. That one. So here's what the air traffic control can see for our approach today. Nice and smooth approach, nice and steady. A little bit of a float towards the latter stage of that approach, but nothing too excessive. Yeah, maybe within touchdown zone. Very last of the piano keys. Apart from that though, nothing too excessive. Let's do one more. This time from the runway perspective, which can be. And figure out if there's a key combined at some points. There we go. Yeah, that was picture perfect. Spot on. Picture perfect. Cable flint on a little bit for the heading there, but a little bit of correction on the rudder. Push back on without too many difficulties. And yeah, overall, a very successful flight, I think. So, that was Charlotte to Lexington. That was on the Palit operated American Eagle Embraer 145. Overall, a really, really good flight. Really enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed it. So, next thing for me now is to head into town itself, do what I need to do. If I've got time, spend a bit of time in the aviation museum here at Lexington as well. And then, yeah, this evening, or late afternoon, flying back to New York via Atlanta. The outer runs Boeing 717 and Boeing 757. So, 2 more videos today, don't you worry, those are all scheduled, you get time of year for time for that. Until then, thank you for watching guys, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon, some more fun selection. Take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon, bye bye.